I'm going to talk about four fighters who I think have the highest likelihood of being the champion of middleweights in the UFC by the end of 2024 or by the title by 2025. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. I've made a lot of other weight classes. If you want to check those videos out, go ahead, subscribe. Why not? And yeah, Dricus du Plessis is the current champion, and I also think he has the highest likelihood of remaining the champion. I think he will be the champion by 2025, you know? And let me tell you why. And the reason is I think he's going to beat Adesanya when they fight, and it's not official, but I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows, it's probably going to happen at UFC 305 in August in Perth. And if that happens, I'm expecting a war. I don't think du Plessis is going to have an easy fight like how a lot of people think. Adesanya is really good. And I do think du Plessis is going to win at the end of the day. And I think it's going to be one of those fights, though, where he's not ready to come back in 4 months, you know? So I don't think he will come back to fight another time. And that's why I think by 2025 he will be the champion. And I usually don't talk too much about the guy who I think is going to be the champion. I'm going to mainly now talk about the other three fighters and why two of them are like assuming stuff, and one of them has a high likelihood. And yeah, let's just discuss these. Adesanya has the second highest likelihood chance for obvious reasons. He's the only guy that's going to be fighting du Plessis after that Strickland fight, Now he's fighting. It's going to be him, I don't think they're going to give it to anybody else. And yeah, if they fight, Adesanya has a really good chance of winning. I think he actually will win the first couple rounds, potentially, the first and then maybe the second. And yeah, the reason I could see him winning is because he's really good at striking, all right? Du Plessis he leaves himself wide open a lot. He got hit a lot by Strickland. And I mean, I know that they fight differently, but if Adesanya cracks you, it's different than if Strickland cracks you. Strickland doesn't TKO people the same way Adesanya does. Adesanya has, I understand that Adesanya got dropped by Strickland. Why? Whatever. That's just a stylistic matchup, I think. For Adesanya, a terrible one. And I think this one is a good matchup for him. The thing that's going to hold him back is du Plessis does have the wrestling that he will go to. And if he's able to take down Adesanya, like in the third and onward, and I think he will, I think that's what's going to make the difference of the fight. Adesanya might be able to land a lot of good shots early on. And if du Plessis eats them the way I think he will, yeah, I think the wrestling involved could help him catch Adesanya himself. And we could see a TKO, honestly. But I would give it a decision, super early prediction. But that's why he's at number 2, because I do think he has a really good chance. I don't think he's going to get dog walked or anything. And also because he's the only one fighting, Now, these other 2 fights are assuming. This is Khamzat Chimaev, also known as Chechen Gourmet, Chechen MMA, shout out, that's me. But, I like this guy, This is just a scenario where I don't think it's going to happen. That's why he's number 3. Even if he were to fight du Plessis, I might still probably put him underneath du Plessis. I don't know if he could beat him. But the way that he could fight for the belt would be if Adesanya and du Plessis fight, right? And du Plessis just easily beats the shit out of Adesanya, takes no damage. He would be ready by the end of the year, assuming even Khamzat could even fight at the end of the year. He's always having trouble freaking fighting everywhere, I don't know. Or just in the United States, I think. But still, that is an issue. If all that doesn't have a role, he would probably be next up to fight. It would either be him or the fourth guy that I will be talking about later. But if he puts on a dominant performance against Whitaker, and that would be in June, And then Adesanya gets his ass smoked, like I said, against Duplessis. Well, I don't think he will, but in La La Land, let's say he does. And yeah, I mean that this fight could happen at the end of the year. He has also a solid chance. I still wouldn't give it to him. I don't think he could beat Duplessis. And yeah, I mean he has the third highest likelihood, but this is just a La La Land, so I don't really want to talk about it too much. And the fourth fighter that I want to talk about, who actually I feel like I should have put in at number 3, but I'm not going to go back and change it. He probably should go at number 3, though, because this fight's a little more likely. Kind of. No, it's not, because it's also assuming, let's say, I'm assuming Strickland doesn't go to war with, no, it is more likely, because he has 2 chances. So yeah, I would have put him at number 3, but whatever. Let's say 2 scenarios. Strickland dominates Paulo Costa and Adesanya pulls out. I think even if Strickland doesn't dominate Costa, if he's not terribly injured and Adesanya gets injured and pulls out, I can easily see Strickland still saying yes to the fight against Duplessis for the rematch for the belt again. So, he should be the third most likely fighter to get the belt. And guess what, though? I don't think that's going to happen. And I don't think he's even going to beat Duplessis in a rematch. And I think it's just he doesn't have enough power, and Duplessis with the takedown threat. And they're both cardio freaks. And it's just Strickland can always fight him off and put down a great fight against a guy like Duplessis, but if Duplessis is gonna be on top of his A game, I think he's gonna win every single time against the style like Strickland. And Duplessis being in his prime right now, he's looking like a monster. He always has his foot on the gas. I think Strickland would lose that fight. But also in La La Land, also if Duplessis doesn't get smoked, if Duplessis smokes Adesanya in December, Strickland beats Costa, then they could fight. A December fight could also happen for Strickland and Duplessis. And I think the same thing would happen, though. Full camp or short camp, I think Strickland's style is not suited to fight Duplessis because his punches are a little pillowy. And Duplessis has an iron chin, plus the takedown threats. And Strickland doesn't even... he doesn't even throw head kicks or nothing that would actually be super duper powerful that someone like Adesanya has. Not super duper. What the fuck am I sounding like a kid? Super duper pooper. But he has an overhand right, and Adesanya's left hook does more damage historically. So that's what I'm saying. It just bad matchup for Strickland. I think Adesanya has a better chance of beating Duplessis. But there you go. Let me know. This is my list. What do you guys think? I've talked long enough. Time for you guys to talk down in the comments, and I will respond.